Welcome to Untold Bible Stories, and congratulations, you made it to the pilot episode. What are those Bible stories people don't talk about? The ones you often don't hear being taught on Sundays. People normally deem them to be controversial. That's what this series is here for. We are going outside the boundaries of the norm of Bible storytelling, and for this first season, we are covering these unpopular stories in the book of Judges. The Israelites have entered the Promised Land. Joshua, their leader, is dead, but they still have a number of enemies remaining who have to be defeated. Who is going to be their new leader? How are they going to defeat the rest of the enemies left on the land of Canaan? And what's going to be God's involvement in this? I am Kaiden, and I am glad to narrate you the life of the Israelites in the Promised Land, right after the death of Joshua in Judges chapter 1. Now keep calm and enjoy the ride. After the death of Joshua, the Israelites asked the Lord, "Who of us is to go up first to fight against the Canaanites?" The Lord answered, "Judah shall go up. I have given the land into their hands." The men of Judah then said to the Simeonites, their fellow Israelites, "Come up with us into the territory allotted to us and fight against the Canaanites. We in turn will go with you into yours." So the Simeonites went with them. When Judah attacked, the Lord gave the Canaanites and Perizzites into their hands, and they struck down 10,000 men at Bezek. It was there that they found Adoni-Bezek and fought him, putting to rout the Canaanites and Perizzites. Adoni-Bezek fled, but they chased him and caught him, and cut off his thumbs and big toes. Then Adoni-Bezek said, 70 kings with their thumbs and big toes cut off have picked up scraps under my table. Now God has paid me back for what I did to them." They brought him to Jerusalem, and he died there. The men of Judah attacked Jerusalem also and took it. They put the city to the sword and set it on fire. After that, Judah went down to fight against the Canaanites living in the hill country, the Negev, and the western foothills. They advanced against the Canaanites living in Hebron, formerly called Kiriath Arba, and defeated Sheshai, Ahiman, and Talmai. From there they advanced against the people living in Debir, formerly called Kiriath Sefer. And Caleb said, "I will give my daughter Aksa in marriage to the man who attacks and captures Kiriath Sefer." Othniel, son of Kenaz, Caleb's younger brother, took it. So Caleb gave his daughter Aksa to him in marriage. One day, when she came to Othniel, she urged him to ask her father for a field. When she got off her donkey, Caleb asked her, "What can I do for you?" She replied, "Do me a special favor. Since you have given me land in the Negev, also give me springs of water." So Caleb gave her the upper and lower springs. The descendants of Moses' father-in-law, the Kenite, went up from the city of palms with the people of Judah to live among the inhabitants of the desert of Judah in the Negev near Arad. Then the men of Judah went with the Simeonites, their fellow Israelites, and attacked the Canaanites living in Zephath, and they totally destroyed the city. Therefore it was called Hormah. Judah also took Gaza, Ashkelon, and Ekron, each city with its territory. The Lord was with the men of Judah. They took possession of the hill country, but they were unable to drive the people from the plains because they had chariots fitted with iron. As Moses had promised, Hebron was given to Caleb, who drove from it 3 sons of Anak. The Benjamites, however, did not drive out the Jebusites, who were living in Jerusalem. To this day, the Jebusites lived there with the Benjamites. Now the tribes of Joseph attacked Bethel, and the Lord was with them. When they sent men to spy out Bethel, formerly called Luz, the spies saw a man coming out of the city, and they said to him, "Show us how to get into the city, and we will see that you are treated well." So he showed them, and they put the city to the sword, but spared the man and his whole family. He then went to the land of the Hittites, where he built a city and called it Luz, which is its name to this day. But Manasseh did not drive out the people of Bethshan, or Tanakh, or Dor, or Eblam, or Megiddo, and the surrounding settlements. For the Canaanites were determined to live in that land. When Israel became strong, they pressed the Canaanites into forced labor, but never drove them out completely. Nor did Ephraim drive out the Canaanites living in Gezer, but the Canaanites continued to live there among them. Neither did Zebulun drive out the Canaanites living in Kitron or Nahalol. So these Canaanites lived among them, but Zebulun did not subject them to forced labor. Nor did Asher drive out those living in Akko, or Sidon, or Halab, or Akzib, or Helba, or Aphek, or Rehob. The Asherites lived among the Canaanite inhabitants of the land, because they did not drive them out. Neither did Naphtali drive out those living in Beth Shemesh or Beth Anath. But the Naphtalites too lived among the Canaanite inhabitants of the land, and those living in Beth Shemesh and Beth Anath became forced laborers for them. The Amorites confined the Danites to the hill country, not allowing them to come down into the plain. And the Amorites were determined also to hold out in the Mount Hears, Ajalon, and Shalbim. But when the power of the tribes of Joseph increased, they were too pressed into forced labor. The boundary of the Amorites was from Scorpion Pass to Selah and beyond.
Lessons to be learned. With God involved in our lives, victory is assured. The Israelites consulted God, and they were victorious. It's not just in historical battles God is needed. He's needed in every area of our lives: academics, family, ministry, friendship. Seek His help to ensure a victorious life. Lesson 2. Even with God involved, we need determination to finish what we've started. The Israelites defeated some nations, but you can realize they lost determination at a point, and as a result, some nations were left behind. Let's focus to finish everything we embark on, and with the help of God, it's possible. I know you have enjoyed this episode. Don't forget to like the video and share to bless others. In the next video, we will continue the story of the life of the Israelites in the Promised Land. Will they be faithful to their God, or are they going to drift, doing their own thing? And what will be the response of God to how they live their lives in the Promised Land? To know that, do well to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell to never miss another episode. Goodbye.